Today I am going to talk about our final year project. It is about translation quality estimation for low resource languages using pre-trained recurrent neural networks. So let's take a moment to understand what translation quality estimation is and why it is important. In day-to-day life, we use translations to understand unknown text contents by converting it to known languages. But how do we know those translations are 100% correct? That is why translation quality estimation is important to check whether the translation is good or bad. So we can decide whether translated content is ready to use or it needs post-editing. Estimation can be done in three ways: word, sentence and document level. Our project was done with sentence level quality estimation. That means models gives quality results for each sentence. If we look at the big picture, we have a source sentence from one language and machine translator like Google Translate. We can have translated content for source sentences. Then we feed both source and target sentence to QV model to measure the quality score. But when we train QV models, we provide a trained dataset with source, translation and quality score. So output will be a quality score value. Here is an example for the process. Source sentence is in Sinhala language and there is a translated target sentence which is generated with the machine translator. Then we have 100% correct translation as reference. DA score means percentage of quality score. In our project we used referenceless translation quality estimation. So as a supervised approach, our training dataset has source target sentence as independent variables and quality score is the dependent variable. In this topic, there are commonly used techniques. Those are model ensembling, multitask learning, iterative knowledge transferring, data augmentation and compression techniques. We have experimented model ensembling and iterative knowledge transferring among them. And there are several quality measurement approaches. DA score means quality score will display as a percentage. HTR score means measurement of how much editing is needed to get the translation into good level. MQM score is a measurement of quality by considering factors like fluency, adequacy and terminology. And we have identified Pearson, Spearman and Kendall-Tao correlation as evaluation matrices. We have identified unresolved problems of this topic. Our initial problem was domain dependency in QV models. According to previous research, domain dependency of machine translation model is significant. But it was not experimented on QV models so far. So we have to check whether there is a domain dependency in QV models as well. For that, we have used different domain like mathematics, Bible, government, news with 3 current best performing models. Then another problem is most of the models are lacking to predict the right quality score for low resource languages like Sinhala. Now let's talk about how we resolve identified problems with mentioned techniques. Our main language pair is Sinhala English. To check whether there is a domain dependency, we filled out Sinhala monolingual 1000 sentences from each domain. When we filled out 1000 sentences, we followed Flores research paper guidelines. Raw Sinhala sentences have bullets and numbering ASCII characters like English letters. We first removed those and limit sentence length to 50 to 150 characters. Then we removed similar sentences with Jaccard coefficient. Now we have 1000 clear Sinhala sentences from each domain. Then we translate each sentence using ML50 neural machine translator. After each sentence pair was annotated by our 3 group members individually, we got the mean value and round it to closest integer. So that is our final quality score value. When annotating, we followed Flores paper guidelines. Likewise, we annotated 1000 sentence pair from each domain. Finally, our result Excel sheet looked like this. We identified 3 current best performing models: Transquest, Unite, Comet. Those are the best ones that gave a good quality prediction for Sinhala English language pair. Experiments are done using these models as baselines. We evaluated the correlation between model predictions with our annotated quality scores. Those 3 models are trained using open domain, but it performs same for other domains as well. Then we prove domain dependency is not such problem even if it is a problem in neural machine translations. So we moved on to our next problem, that is improving low resource language performance on current best performing models. We identified weighted averaging, stacking, bagging as ensemble techniques, iterative knowledge transferring as a performing technique. In weighted averaging, domain dataset is divided two parts. First part for get the best weights in each model. Then second part is for testing with those weights. Input data contains source and translations. Model may predict the quality score, then normalizing will take place to get the prediction to a common range. Then we calculated weighted average with identified best weights. These are the prediction ranges of those three models for test dataset. We normalized those predictions because of these ranges are different. Then we experimented stacking as an ensemble technique. We used our annotated domain dataset and WMT20 train set for single English language pair. Basically, in stacking, we created an intermediate dataset which includes model predictions for each sentence pair. Then we fed this dataset to MetaLearner. Final output would be that MetaLearner's prediction. To find the best MetaLearner, we used these models with k-fold cross-validation. Negative mean absolute error pointed gradient boosting regressor as best MetaLearner. Additionally, we optimize hyperparams using Optuna random searching with 100 trials. In bagging method also, we use the MetaLearner and model predictions as stacking. Only difference is intermediate dataset is randomly resampled and fed to 10 MetaLearners. Here also we use gradient boosting regressor as MetaLearner. Finally, we have 10 MetaLearners. Average prediction of 10 MetaLearners will be the final prediction of bagging method. With ensemble techniques, we have this kind of correlation results. First row of the table refers test set with 2000 test data, and the second row refers 1000 test data. Third row refers to the WMT20 test data. Here we compared our result with the individual result of each baseline. According to this table, we can clearly identify every ensemble method performs better than a single individual baseline. As next experiment, we applied iterative knowledge transferring technique to improve low resource language performance. In this method, model A is a pre-trained RNN like XLMR. First we need to train it with gold dataset. Then score a large pseudo dataset using that trained model A. In third step, we can pre-train a new pre-trained RNN with those pseudo data. In fourth step, fine-tuning with gold dataset will be applied to the model we trained with pseudo data. Iteratively doing this is iterative knowledge transferring. As pseudo dataset, we have extracted large number of Sinhala sentences from Open Subtitle Corpus and Sinhala Wikipedia. Then we take the translation of those sentences using ML50 translator. We choose Transquest as baseline to apply iterative knowledge transferring. We have experimented several approaches with hyperparam optimization using Optuna, model mean ensemble approach, multingular model approach, prompting approaches as well. Finally, we had the best result for hyperparameter optimized model mean approach. We have randomly resampled dataset in each iteration and create 3 pre-trained models there. That gives a 1.1 increment of correlation percentage, which happened on second iteration. So that was the best result we got in our final year project. As future works, we hope to apply iterative knowledge transferring for another best performing model and also improve results using uncertainty features and try another low resource languages as well. These are our references. We are Team Tremio from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, University of Moratuwa. We have demonstrated our final model with a user-friendly interface. User can easily input source and translations for the given input fields and check the quality score. Additionally, if user has a test data file to be predicted, in this test menu user can easily upload the file and let the model predict those data. Test data basically has 2 columns as before. After some time, we can download results as CSV file like this.